Friday evening to you. Thanks for watching WGXA News at 10. I'm Aaron Leedy. Up first at 10, a stormy evening across middle Georgia. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Cox is tracking the rough weather right now. Jeff, a lot of thunder and lightning, especially here at our studio downtown Macon, just in the past few minutes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It is loud right now in Macon. Bad timing. It's First Friday. A lot of folks in downtown, and this storm is not letting up right now. Welcome into the Skywatch Weather Center. Live look at the radar. It's taken all evening for us to finally get some widespread thunderstorms in here, and they are packing a punch right now. Officially, they aren't severe, but they're on the rough side, producing strong weather, and that's why we're running that information on the bottom of your screen. So from downtown Macon up Gray Highway through Jones County, very heavy rain and a lot of thunder and lightning. That extends over into Milledgeville along 441, Gordon and Ivy and Wilkinson County. Very heavy rain falling right now as well. We'll put the radar into motion, and it is drifting slowly to the east, so it's putting down a lot of rain in the same areas in a short amount of time. Also to the south, from Cochran to Hawkinsville, down to Cordell and Abbeville, periods of heavy rain and some thunder and lightning. General theme here as well. These things aren't moving, so the rain totals are going to add up. We're watching these storms very closely. Watch the information on the bottom of your screen, and we'll have an in-depth update tracking these storms just minutes from now. Aaron?
All right, Jeff, thanks. Tonight, we're taking a look at Tropical Storm Alberto, which devastated parts of Georgia 25 years ago today. All week, our Skywatch weather team has been reviewing the deadly devastation Alberto brought to parts of Georgia. Meteorologist Jake Mammon spoke to the former city manager of Montezuma to find out exactly what it was like to make it through such a devastating time. Jake.
Yeah, the tropics can become very active during the summertime, which is exactly what happened in July of 1994. Georgia was experiencing a dry spring, so heading into the summer, many here probably hoping for more rain. But little did we know the rainfall we were about to receive would come in the form of a tropical cyclone. Alberto started out in the Gulf of Mexico, 750 miles south of Georgia. The storm would soon strengthen into a tropical storm before making landfall on July 3rd, 1994. It would be the next few days that followed that would change hundreds of people's lives in southwest Georgia. For many individuals from Montezuma, Tropical Storm Alberto left its mark.
It's almost like when you're not expecting anything, and then all of a sudden, particularly if you're a business person, and if you're a leader, that you just can't believe that it's happening. It was like a nightmare.
The storm quickly dumped over 20 inches of rainfall within 24 hours, which immediately started causing problems.
Then the dam started breaking at some of the upstream, and once they started breaking, we had a double whammy. It was coming in from the broken ponds coming in, and then in addition to that, the Flint River started backing up.
As the rivers continued rising, the flooding became worse, destroying croplands, local businesses, and even trapping residents.
I couldn't even get back to my house that night. I was completely cut off to go to the other side of town.
The city of Montezuma was considered one of the hardest hit areas, and when the skies finally cleared, David Peaster couldn't quite believe what he was seeing.
We were completely cut off with City Hall up on this side of the hill, the town underwater here, and everybody else on the other side of town. So basically it sort of reminded me of Vietnam, of the choppers coming in. And the choppers were coming in and landing.
Despite one of the worst natural disasters in the city's history, Alberto provided an opportunity for Montezuma to grow even stronger.
It brought our whole community back together to rise above what had happened, and neighbors started helping neighbors more, giving more.
For all the stories we've done on the flood of '94, you can head over to our website, WGXA.tv. For now, in the Skywatch Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jake Mammon.
Flat screens, my dressers are knocked over. All my neighbors, I was talking to them, all of their stuff is gone. Like, it's really devastating.
A state of emergency in California tonight after yesterday's powerful earthquake. It's the largest quake to hit that region in 20 years. Dozens of aftershocks have been reported since then, including a 5.4 magnitude tremor this morning. Emma Goss says the latest tonight from California.
After yesterday's earthquake and multiple aftershocks this morning, today Ridgecrest is picking up the damage at libraries like this and at homes across the community, trying to settle nerves that are still rattled. The screams of children performing a 4th of July play rang out as the 6.4 magnitude quake rattled the stage. And up in the ceiling, Dixie Risden was working the lights.
Yeah, the lights completely went out and we had no control.
Southern California Edison reported nearly 7,000 customers lost power immediately after the quake, and by nightfall, there were still 1,000 without power. Over a dozen spent the night at a Red Cross emergency shelter, but by morning, most returned home.
A lot of people had come to stay in our shelter because they didn't have power. They weren't able to cook, maybe they weren't able to take showers or anything.
A 5.4 magnitude aftershock just after 4 a.m. and a smaller one after 11 caused more anxiety than damage. So families came to the Ridgecrest Library, where they could put their minds and books back in order.
It was such a catastrophic mess. It was just, the aisles were full of books. You couldn't even walk through them.
That's where Risden and her family went after a sleepless night and their nerves still on edge.
That was such a traumatizing thing that happened. I'm like still trying to set myself down, and just helping here is kind of helping.
With power restored and the hospital soon to be back open, now it's just a matter of getting things back to normal. Reporting from Ridgecrest, Emma Goss.
We're following several developing stories across the country tonight. An explosion at a dorm is now under investigation. It happened at the University of Nevada on the Reno campus. All classes were canceled. It's said to be a major utility accident. Officials say 100 people were in the building at that time. 8 people were injured. Police say they've recovered the remains of a University of Utah student. Salt Lake City police said the body of Mackenzie Lewick was found in Logan Canyon. The 23-year-old went missing last month after she was dropped off at a North Salt Lake City park and was seen getting into another vehicle. They expect to formally charge the suspect with several counts, including murder, next week. Immigration-based battles are still ongoing in the nation's capital, and we may soon know the answer regarding the census question. Lawyers for the Department of Justice told a federal judge that the Trump administration will continue to fight for this question to be on the 2020 census. So far, there's been no mention of an executive order. A sinkhole swallows a car straight ahead. How long officials say it could take to fix it, plus the other issues that sinkhole's caused.